Hi, I'm Benjamin Scott from Mundo, Películas, and I want to start by asking you about Bugonia.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I know you too.
So, guys, in Bugonia, Jesse says things that seems crazy, but if you look closely, they are very real truth about climate change, consumption, and power. Today, saying these things can sound like we are talking about conspiracy or things like sounds unbelievable, but even though they are facts, did you want to show this collective blindness, the way people pretend not to see what they know is real, digging their own grave, and also how people in power silence those how know the truth and fight for change, make them look foolish or keep spreading false ideas?
Well, I think you put it well. I mean, the point of the film is to make you like wonder about the things that you're asking. So yes, we start off with these archetypes. Jesse being one, and then Michelle being the opposite side or the other side of the same coin in a way, and you have a certain sense about him, and as you say, you think he's probably some crazy obsessed conspiracy theorist. But as the film progresses, I think a lot of more layers are revealed, and you understand that not only he's not just that, he could be that as well, but he also is quite well researched and educated, and a lot of the things that he's saying are probably true. And but it's the same thing for the other main character, for Michelle. Again, you have like a very specific idea of what she is and what she represents, and that is challenged throughout the film as well. So I think it is, it is reflecting in a sense the world and how we receive information, what we keep to maintain, and what we decide to discard, and how that is becoming more rigid as we find ourselves deeper and deeper into specific rabbit holes that we choose to go into.
And Yorgos, how was your own process of waking up to these realities? The power of big corporations, the obsession with not agreeing, the disconnection from nature, and how did this show in the way you build the story? And in the same line, Jerskin, how did you work on the music to capture that vision, considering that the music and sounds of Yorgos' universe are so unique?
I think I understood the first part of the question. You go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in a way which you could slightly describe as method composition, I was generally kept in the dark about any of the film's machinations and ended up being very recluse, getting a bit greasy, very paranoid about whether I was writing the correct music for the film. So to an extent, when I finally saw the cut and saw Jesse going through the same amount of research into these esoteric ideas and just desperately hoping he was right about these things, I think a great deal of that obsession and paranoia and isolation by definition crept into the way in which I wrote the music. So a lot of the emotional side, the emotional resonance of the score with Teddy, Jesse's character, is there for a very good reason. I was basically, in the same ballpark, I think, of process and the same ballpark of emotion.
Yeah, and could you repeat the first part of the question?
I'm just curious to know, how was your own process of waking up of these realities and all these things that you talk in the film?
My own process. I mean, I'm still in the process. I think not as obsessively as Teddy, but I try to be thorough about where I get my information from, and try and look at different sources and make sense of it all, and avoid the this kind of self enclosement in a bubble, which is difficult, and technology makes it even more difficult, with algorithms and that kind of control way of getting your information. So yeah, I think I just make an effort to, whenever I can, just burst bubbles as much as possible.
Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations again on the film. Thank you.